blah blah blah. Blah. It's not pertinent. Wow. That's the only thing I say.
We and I appreciate. You know what? I want to hold on. Let me do this real quick, and I want to kind of hold on real quick. I want to kind of give it up for because it takes a lot, and it takes a man, right? To well, it's not even just a man. It takes a real grown, mature human being to do something what he just did, right? And that's if we had more of that, right? More Africans stepping in front of the degeneracy, right? There would be no what's it called? The diaspora wars. Right, but the problem is you guys allowed the loud minority to run rampant while the quiet majority sit back and twiddle their fingers and watching them run rampant. So if the quiet majority continue to stand up and step in front, because we step in front of degeneracy all the time. When it come down to it, like that dude Gilbert Arenas, somebody got their mic. Hold on, let me mute you up. That when that dude Gilbert Arenas said the Aki tribe to the Sudanese team, we stepped in front of that. We were the first ones to step in front of that, right? And when he disrespected the Sudanese African team, right? And he's not even Black American, but he act like us, talk like us, mannerism and everything. We don't even want people to think that he's a Black American. That's how hard we stepped in front of him. So the problem is a lot of you guys don't do that. And even in the comments when he was doing that, there was people in the comments telling him to shut up, telling him, "Are you serious?" They were mad that he was condemning what she was doing, because people, whether you right or wrong, when Africans see something wrong, they get in protect African mode regardless of the person right or wrong, and that's where the problems lie. Because now when we respond, now we are xenophobic, hatred, and all these boogeyman words when we respond to the degeneracy.
So thank you for the response. Thank you, and I consider you as my brother. No problem. If I consider you as my brother, and if something do wrong, let's try to fix it. But thank you for let me talk. Thank you.
No, thank you, and I appreciate you. We're gonna move on to 10.
Hello, everyone. Goodbye.
How you doing? Hold on, we got an order, sis. I got you. 1 second. I know you can't wait. I got you. We got 1021. He got to go, and then you next. I promise. And then Lilo.
Appreciate it. I'm Black American, so I'm answering proper. I'm Black American. To your solutions, that when you talk about solutions, to me it is, and I am glad because to me it's like some of the things that I did hear, like people say that other Black Americans or whatever, and me being a man, it's like I'm from the Midwest, so it's like where you come from, I understand that people like in the East Coast and like you being up there around Ellis Island and the influx of immigrants, you're constantly experience that. So our experiences when it comes with immigrants is a little different, because me being from the Midwest, Cincinnati, Ohio, we don't have much experience with immigrants, although immigrants are here, but the Midwest is segregated. So it's like we never cared whether to mingle amongst, whether it be Africans or Caribbeans. The lady up there, Fatima, she's Senegalese. Those are majority of the Africans here where I'm from. They're in their own communities. The first time I met an African, interacted with them, was in high school, like 9th, 10th grade. I was probably 13, 14. And as far as that, it was never any malice or nothing. But we always understood, also being from I'm from Cincinnati, the segregated Midwest. We knew it was a difference. I never felt, and also I didn't grow up like Pan-African, the POC coalitions, model minorities. I didn't grow up with that mentality or that type of environment. So it's like I never gravitated to that. But when you talk about solutions, yeah, for some Black Americans and where these immigrants are becoming like, either the majority or gentrifying places like New York or whatever, California, the same thing with the Hispanics, Florida, Miami, with the Cubans, the Haitians. It's like, for some of y'all that this is needed. It's because I feel like in those diverse communities, these democratic states or whatever, to where, because it's a notion that, if you in a blue state versus a red state or whatever, just everybody's getting along and it's all kumbaya and just blue states is it. But it's like you don't see how much these Democrats or these blue states is hurting you as well. So it's like I feel like people do lose themselves in like a place like New York with 8 million people, and it's like you got everybody from across the globe in that one little city or whatever. And it's like I don't know what that is to be raised around a bunch of millions of different groups of people around the world. So I can understand like y'all experience is a little different to where like, hey, people maybe wasn't thinking about like they whole ethnic group or didn't have like a FBA, a Black American mentality or whatever of how they view things. But it's like me growing up all my life, all I knew was just blackity, blackity, black. But I never was taught that, hey, just because another group shares my skin complexion or the whole Afrocentrism or they're a minority and they come from lesser off, that I myself and they have themselves have to put themselves, and we have to put ourselves in each other's shoes. And it's just like, that's never been me. That's not my family. My family they got everything out the mud on their own, off our own sacrifices. Nobody can give us shit. So like, as I see it, when I hear Black Americans say like, oh, immigrants don't hire us or they don't support our businesses or whatever. Well, I could say the same thing where I'm from. We don't do the same. It's like, we don't really care. It's like, I don't want to work for an immigrant. I don't care to work for a Senegalese or a motherfucking Indian or something like that. I don't want to do that. But I do feel like when you talk about the boycotts, these boycotts, it's like, no, this is needed, but it's not even only Africans. This is just across the board, Asians.
Because I felt it didn't take 60 decades to come to this notion now that we got to do.
You muffled, my bad, brother. You muffled a little bit. Or is it just me?
Maybe it is me, but do you hear me now?
Yeah, you're way better.
Okay, I was saying, no, it's needed because I don't feel where people are at now when it comes to the ADOS, FBA, Freedmen or whatever, right? Whichever way you identify Black American, right? It didn't take you 60 years to come to this notion now that this is what's need to be done. But it's like, no, groups have proven for decades that they disrespected you. They didn't value your money, your hard-earned money. And also people just emotionally chose to continue to go and spend your money with them, although they disrespected you, committed harms. The Latasha Harlan situation. I mean, it's multiple encounters to where this is going back to the 90s and all that. To now we're 30 years, 2025? Yeah, we're 30 years in. When was little Latasha Harlan's with I think that was a Korean woman or a Japanese out in California, LA? It's like it didn't take this long. So it's like, even when it comes to the Africans or the Caribbeans, I don't have any experience with them to care or feel any type of way that it's an emotional attachment. And it's like they're like the major factor that they even need to be targeted, because to me they're irrelevant.
My bad, fan. I got a lot of. I'm with you, and I'm gonna come right back to. We're gonna have an open panel. I just want to get to the last two new people, and we're gonna have an open panel. I want to definitely hear more of what you got to say, because you was definitely hitting. Because there's people that's on different parts of the United States that don't be around, that is not around the immigrant class, that don't understand why these things are happening. So I never really thought about Abby Cafe. Welcome to the
I'm
panel.
here.
What's your ethnicity and your thoughts on either the prompt or the conversation?
Okay, thank you for being in this platform. I'm a Nigerian. I'm married to a Black American from Baltimore, Maryland. And I really wish you guys should please hear me out. Don't judge me. I want to put more light from the things you guys don't see, how we see things, so that you understand everything. Now, first and foremost, let me start with immigration. Thousands of years ago, even down to Jesus Christ's time, you could see people have been migrating from one country to the other. It's not a new thing. People have from Greece to Egypt, Israel, like back and forth. Even Jesus Christ's family migrated, if you know the Bible very well. So we Africans coming to Americans are Nigerian, and ask some of your brothers when they come to Africa, especially in Nigeria. Oh my God, we treat you guys like celebrities, like we treat you very, very good. But coming here, I get it. Some Africans have this arrogancy, have this loud talking. But the truth of it is that That is the way we talk. That is the way we reason. Because our parents always call, "Hey, don't do this, don't do that." You understand? That is the way we grew up with. So when we say some things, it doesn't mean we're being disrespectful. So when you come to disrespectful, let me tell you the reason why most African, like even my husband, being an American, says all this. That's the reason why he married me. Now, number one, in a house, a woman wants to talk about respect, respect. In a house, you see a grandmother with her boyfriend, her daughter with her boyfriend, her granddaughter and the boyfriend all living in the same house. Most of them are not working, they will smoke. Then the generation upon generation, nobody's working. They're just doing drugs here and back. In
Hold
most
on, my bad, Abby. I don't mean to mute you up. Just keep it TikTok friendly. Let's be creative with our words, just for everybody, not just you. Just say narcotics for the DRUG, or just say be creative, however you want to be creative. For unaliving or KILL, just say unalive or terminated, or just be mindful. Just act like you're talking to like a 3-4 year old, all right, or 5 year old. Thank you. Go ahead, Abby. So who you say? Wait. So before you go, who's doing? Unmute your mic. And who's doing the narcotics and sitting around all day? Yeah, your mic is muted, Abby. I'm gonna invite you to unmute your mic.
okay. So these are things in when you go to the hood, you see a lot of things, life. People go through stuff. We understand the government is messed up somehow, but we need to do better. We need to do better. People working, so there's some my friends who are Americans, they employ so-called Americans people, but they all call up, they might even call up, "Oh, the bed is flying, oh, my cat is dead." The work ethnic is very, very poor. That's why they employ more Africans, because Africans can work 16 hours, 20 hours, 24 hours a day. So these are one of the reasons why most of the Americans don't really feel, well, they feel threatened that, oh, the Africans are taking their jobs. Then disrespectful. Please, we could do better. As I'm being, my children are American because I'm married to an American, like I said. No,
I didn't mute her.
but
I don't know what happened. Abby, you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah, you finished with your. You just stopped talking.
Oh no, I'm still talking.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. You cut off.
Can you hear me
You cut in and out. Are you driving?
now?
Yeah, it sounds like you. I think you drive. Usually when people drive, they does that, cut in and out. Yeah, you got one bar. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come back to you,
So
Abby. But I'm gonna comment on what you said. And everybody's open to right after I respond, because I'm sure y'all got a response to this. One thing I'm gonna say, Abby, is we gotta stop the anecdotal, right? Utilizing our anecdotal experiences and painting the whole group with a single brush. You can't take an anecdotal experience and say all Black Americans are lazy and all Black Americans have a bad attitude and all, right? Because I'm treating you with respect. I got called an SLAVE by an African, a Nigerian specifically. I got called all kinds of degenerate things, and I still looked at you as a different person because I take it by person basis. Now, if I would have, now that's like me saying all Nigerians are very disrespectful because one person called me SLAVE. So you and your anecdotal experiences and then painting the whole group with a single brush is interesting to me. We are some of the hardest workers in the world. There's a lot of Black Americans that work hard. Are there some that's degenerate? Yeah, like every other group. In Nigeria, we just had some people unalive some kids and burnt them to crisp. Am I going to say all Nigerians are savages and just go out doing this degenerate things? No. But the herbsmen, that one group, the herbsmen burnt some kids to crisp, to dust. And, and I can't blame you for that. He said Nigeria really like that, though. Yeah, it's like that out there. But I can't blame you for that. So my thing is, you can't paint the whole group with a single brush. Go ahead, Lilo. I think help. Oh, my bad. Anybody else want to comment? Go ahead. Anybody else can comment? Fatima. So
Say
wait,
something.
I've been waiting. I've been waiting. I've been
I
waiting.
want to say something too.
Hold
Can
on,
I
Fatima.
comment? Can I
All
comment
right,
on Abby
hold on, y'all.
real fast?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All
I'll be
right. So
fast.
hold on.
I'll be
Only. I'm sorry. Only because I'm not trying to be unfair. I promise, Fatima. But only because I saw Shia. As soon as I started talking, her mic was already getting ready to come on. So I know she wanted. That's why I said what I said earlier. I'm gonna let her go first. Fatima, you're next, and then K, you're after Fatima. Right? Go ahead.
Thank you. So, okay. I want to piggyback off of what you just said, right? Because this is why it's been burning my tongue. And this is what we always find. And every time on these panels, we get an African up here, and they very soft spoken and agreeable, and I understand. And then the but comes, right? There's always the but, and whenever you say but, you negate everything you said at the first before the but, right? So and what we're trying to explain to you, y'all always get up here and tell us you understand, and you're soft spoken, and you start off being agreeable, and you understand our fight, and then you say but. We're
Yep.
not really taking your jobs because the ones I've dealt with sold narcotics. And so we ain't taking your jobs. You're just not going to school. What I need y'all to understand is the ones that are saying, hey, y'all need to step back and chill out, and you ain't got to not take a job. If they give it to you, take it, because, hey, it ain't your fault they giving it to you. But we are telling you what they're doing to us. They're using you guys as pawns so they don't give it to us, right? And we're telling you that. We're not blaming it on you. We're blaming you for when we're telling you this is what's happening. You disrespect us, and not you specifically, right? Because again, there are always outliers, right? But you disrespect us and say, hey, you start calling us cicadas and slave babies and cotton pickers and stuff like that. But then y'all tell us, right, not to talk to you guys as if you are a monolith, but y'all do it to us. It's gaslighting, number one. And then I also wanted to address the whole point about I heard earlier about not living around immigrants, and because they're not from a big city like New York. And so yeah, we get that, we understand that, but at the end of the day, your people are your people, right? And so that's like just like in our culture, right? What do we say? First of all, if we hear a noise, we run first and we ask questions later, right? That's what needs to happen now because you didn't deal with it specifically, right? But your people are dealing with it. And so if we're telling you as a whole, your family, like, hey, this is what's happening, man, because at the end of the day, once it happens to us in the mainstream, it's going to trickle down. It's going to be a domino effect. You're going to be replaced as a whole unit. It's not just going to happen to New York. It's not just going to happen to Chicago. It's not just going to happen to the major cities where there is a melting pot. It's going to be a domino effect. So we're on the forefront of this battle, and we're telling you, hey, this is what's happening. Like, this is what's happening. If you don't want to fight with us, great, but don't publicly stand against us because that's counterproductive to what we're trying to do. Just like back in the civil rights movement with not Malcolm X, but Martin Luther King got assassinated once he figured out what was going on and he was ready to come up and speak about it. Who did they use to take him out? One of us. We got to stop that, y'all. Like, it's at this point, it's disgusting. Yeah, it may have taken 60 years, as was said, but better late than never. Better late than never. And timing is very, very appropriate. Very much so. Time is of the essence. And right now it's essential. In our land.
I agree. That was a mic drop. I have no word. Go ahead, Fatima.
I just wanted to
Thank you.
respond to the lady. I don't know how to say her name. Abby. I don't know how to say her
Abby
name.
Cafe, I think. Abby
Yeah,
Cafe.
her saying that some Black Americans are lazy. Like I said, I've been here since I was 10 years old. My stepmother, who's a Black American, actually helped my dad, brought me to this country. She raised me. And I have not witnessed that, seeing a Black American that's lazy. I'm in nursing school, and I've been to nursing school actually, and been around the Black Americans. Of course, we all together study and help each other. Some of them have kids, single mothers, and they've done it just by themselves with no help. Being in the nursing field, they work very hard. Never seen a lazy one. And other thing I want to mention as well, my husband, who is Senegalese as well, he has his own trucking business, and all his employees are American. Not one Senegalese, not one African. Not one. All of them are American. All. So I'll end there.
Shout out to you. Like I said earlier, the anecdotals, the outliers, they get props. That's why I said earlier, they get. I have a plan, 50% up to 85% plan, and the rest of the 15%. So 85% go to Black American owned businesses. For the regular people, for me, I'm extreme, so 100% going to Black American owned business, but 85% going to Black American owned business, and then the last 15% is going to go to everything we like to spend, because we the richest Black people on earth, so we like to spend and splurge. So we want to go to an African shop, we want to go to get some ackee and soulfish from the Jamaican spot, et cetera, et cetera. We can do that with the last 15%. So again, this is not about hate. I want to make that very clear. It's about economics. And I think that's where Abby got it wrong, because she's talking about the one of the four pillars, which is social, right? But I'm talking about political, which is the second pillar. I'm talking about economic, which is the third. And I'm talking about, so there is more than just the social aspect of it. But yeah, I'll land on that. Go ahead. I think Kay wanted to go, and then we're gonna then we're gonna let Lilo go. Lilo go in very quickly. Thank you so much.
Okay, I just wanted to respond to Abby Cafe. She started out talking about how she's married to a Black American, and then she ended up talking about how disgusting so many lazy Black Americans are. See, to be that disingenuous, okay, it was unnecessary, And she probably married him so she could stay here in this country and have some American babies. Let's keep it 100. That's exactly what Abby Cafe did, because she don't like Black Americans. It's like me sitting here saying Nigerians are the biggest scammers in the world, which is true. But all Nigerians ain't scammers. How can I just paint them all with one brush? And that's where the disrespect comes in. That's why we have to boycott. You see, because like you say, we got big spending power. We support every ethnicity that come to our communities and open up a store. Trust me, they are not littering the white communities with their stores. So that's where our power lies, in economics, not supporting them. Because you're not going to see an African braid shop in the white neighborhood. You're not going to see an African grocery store in the white neighborhoods. They're not going to build in their neighborhoods because they're not going to be supported. So since you want us to support us, you need to respect us. You need to represent us. And if you're not going to do that, we're just not going to support you. Because my green money spends everywhere. Everywhere. And that's the energy we have to keep as Black Americans. Stop supporting these people because they don't like you. They don't like you. Believe me, they have been taught that Black Americans are this and Black Americans is that. But yet you come in our neighborhoods and you want us to support. Don't support us. I will drive far and wide before I support someone who disrespects me and my culture. And our culture, like the French gentleman was saying, podcast, our culture is copied all around. Because no matter what, we keep going. We keep surviving. But we gotta not support people who don't support us. That's the bottom line. If I go to a Chinese restaurant and I get a nasty attitude from, I'm not gonna spend my money in there. I'm gonna walk out as I knock over the display. This is how I get down. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna support anybody that is negative and disrespectful to Black Americans. We have to stop that.
Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Exactly. We have to stop supporting them because let me tell you something. They don't survive without our dollars.
And
bottom line.
And
bottom line.
They don't.
Bottom line. All the bodegas, all the little Dominican stores in the neighborhoods, they don't survive without us. So they have to be. See, I live in Philadelphia. We don't have that problem here. We don't have that problem going to stores and being disrespected by other ethnicities. I don't have that problem at all. The places I go to, the people respect me. If they don't, I just go somewhere else. Because I got good money. I worked hard for my money. And I'm just not going to do it. That's all we have to demand, the respect that we're not being given. We have to demand it. And it's way past time. Because we've been supporting everybody. We support the white man. We support the yellow man. We support the Arab man. We support everybody. And
Yes, we do.
constantly being disrespected. We
Yes, we
have to
are.
shut it down. And the only way we shut it down is by shutting them down. And that's it for me right now.
Let me
Yeah,
step.
I'm about to
Can I
let
step
Lilo.
in?
We're gonna let Lilo real quick. I'm sorry, Miss Scott. I'm gonna let Lilo go, but before he go, I want to make it real clear. There's some Asian agitators in the comments that's trying to act like and represent Black Americans, and they're not. They're talking about opening up prisons for Africans and diaspora when he's Jamaican. This is a Jamaican brother, and as you see, he got the Africa on the thing on his profile picture, and so he's trying to act like he's one of us. He's saying, "Let's build Trump. Let's help Trump build the wall." We don't talk like that. We don't have no hatred towards no one. We're not asking for no open cells or prisons. We're not asking for Trump to build the wall. We're not doing none of that. That's an Asian agitator that comes on our lives all the time, and he try to act like us to make it seem like this is the degenerate things we're trying to say or asking for. So I just want to make that clear. When you start seeing some of those comments, that's not us. All we're saying is we're minding our American business and for shopping in Black American owned business. No hate, no bullying. We wish nothing but abundance and success for everybody else. But we're gonna do what everybody been doing for the last 65 years, and that's separate and make their own group economics. And so it shouldn't be a problem. We do the same thing. That's all I'm saying. So all that other stuff they saying in the comments, that got nothing to do with us. That got nothing to do with me. I want to make that real clear. Go ahead, Lilo. Grand Rising, Nikki.
Hello, how you doing today? There's so much to open up here. Do you want me to answer the prompt, or can I respond to the lady?
Yeah, what's your ethnicity, and you can open up however you want to open up, man. We starting the morning off right with good vibrations, good energy. Go ahead.
I'm Black. I'm from America. Family from Florence, South Carolina, and I was born and raised in New York. So basically, I lived in the United Nations for all of my life. I go on the train to go to work. Sometimes I used to just count and see how many other Americans was on this train. Sometimes it may be 3 out of 50 to 100 people. The Africans in America are not the same as Africans in Africa. The Africans in America are different from the ones in Africa. So a lot of tension we have is with the ones that came here from Africa, because they got a job to do. They got a family to support back home. They got responsibility. A lot of times I look on these jobs and they take the worst jobs on the job that Black Americans wouldn't take. They do the job proudly for 20 years, no vacation, no sick time, and they wife it. And then when they have these kids like that lady Abby had, by the second, third generation, they're gonna be running around just like the Black Americans, the YNs that we got, because they're gonna be Americanized. And I want to see how she responds when that day comes, as she's a grandmother. But another thing is, I'm gonna answer the prompt real quick. Name your Black American owned business. I own a construction company. I got immigrants that work for me. They work hard. I have to start a mentor program with the local Boys and Girls Club with this guy called Good Guys Giving Back, a bunch of Black businessmen. And we are mentoring these youth in order to be able to replace us on our job or invest in businesses with them as they grow up. Because if we mentor them, we're mentoring them into jobs that affect our businesses and expand our businesses. So that's what we do to give back. Also, I wanted to say, what's the last one? What value can you bring? Well, I spoke about the mentorship program. I also have a business in Africa, and I do business out there. Some of my business here, I deal with Nigerians just like her. And they came here as a cartel, a business cartel. We built a house for this man. We built 2. He went back to Nigeria. He came back and bought 7 more properties that we got to build. So I watched this man and how he moved, this Nigerian. And you know what? I'm doing the same thing they doing here in Africa. We're going to take my crew. I'm moving in next year. I'm gonna learn the lay of the land, and they're gonna give me money to invest over there and buy land, the country that I'm going to. So we got to learn to communicate with each other across these borders, and we can do business and make money in other countries with black people if we learn to communicate. And it don't have to be that much money for your investments. Some of these investments are $2,000, $1,000, some are five. Is room out there in Africa or other places in the diaspora for us to make money if we communicate. And I'm gonna land my plane. But like I said, the ladies like Abby, that's not the general personality of an African person, but they get here and they have to eliminate anything that prevents them from succeeding. When I go to Africa, I can't talk to nobody that prevents me from my objectives and my agenda. And that will make my personality different like Abby's is over here. And I land my plane.
All right, and I thank you, brother. Shout outs to you for the work you do. I love what you're doing for the community with the youth. I love that. I do a lot of things with the youth also. So it's good to hear others doing the same. I've been doing it for the last 9 years and everything, going to school for career days and different things like that. But one thing you said that kind of got to get a slight pushback on was the fact that you said that it's not the people on the continent. Well, we just had about a month ago South Africans dancing with cotton and disrespecting our ancestors, dancing like a slave and dancing all over TikTok and making fun of our enslaved ancestors. We had them also making fun of the fact that they utilized their hair as ways to show where to go, and they made fun of that. Right? We had a lot of degenerate, and not just South Africans. We have Kenyans also, and a whole bunch of people that were just really saying and doing some degenerate things. And that's the new play now because everybody saw South Africans do it. So now that's the new play. Whenever somebody get mad, they talk about they say the most daring and nasty thing about our ancestors now, because we don't go low, right? And they understand we don't go low, so it look like a W. We can, I mean, anything they can say is on steroids, right? Over there in the continent, and we can really go low. I'm talking about low, low, low. But that's not us as a people. We are loving people. When you look at the definition of love in the dictionary, you'll see our picture, right? So we'll come at your top, but when it come down to going low, we're not going to even go there with you. So the South Africans think they got a W because we didn't go low. We didn't talk about the most nastiest things that we can talk about, right? And so now everybody's seen that. And now they're following suit now what South Africans are doing. So we can't say it's just the people that come to the United States. This is a general consensus with a lot of people. A lot of
Can
people,
I
of
say
course,
something, please? Please, if you don't
yeah,
mind.
sure. After I'm done, Abby, I got you.
Okay.
A lot of people, of course, is going to be happy to see you because you're bringing money to the table in Africa. Why would they be mad? You bringing money to the table. The reason why people here, let me got you real quick. The reason why people here act different is because they don't need you no more. They don't need your money. They're working the same jobs you working. They're working the same business you working. So there's no need to fake the funk no more. There's no need to be a kumbaya and none of that. Right? On the continent, some of them, they know you coming with that big bag. Same thing to Ghana. Look at Ghana. They kicking out the Nigerians, but they keeping the Americans. Why is that? Because Americans got the money. Had Nigerians had the freaking 1.9 to 2.6 trillion dollars, they would not be getting kicked out. I promise you. If they would not be getting kicked out of Ghana, they would not be getting kicked out of South Africa. They would not be getting kicked out of being nowhere. But it's only because the Americans getting treated that way over there because they're bringing that big money over there. So, of course, on the continent, you're going to be treated a little bit differently when you're bringing the bag. But I'll land on that. This is an open panel now. Everybody new spoke.
Okay,
Everybody can come.
Host,
Can I
can I
quickly
say
say something,
real
please?
quick before she
Okay.
speak, host? Something that me and you agreed upon is me and you give back to the community. One problem I
Yeah.
have with foreigners is they come, they live in our community, they don't give back, they don't check in. If I go to Africa, I gotta do some kind of charity organization when I arrive next to my business. When they come here, they do nothing. They don't check with community leaders. They don't say, how can we help? They do nothing for that. And that's what my main problem is, because you don't give back. If I'm going to your country to give back and prosper, you need to, if you're going to prosper, you don't have to give back money. You just could give back time. You could just mentor one kid or anything, but they don't do that at all. And that's what my main problem. I land my plane.
Yeah,
Okay,
and that's kind of
that's
the
where
main point. I got you,
that,
Abby. Real quick, my
that's
bad.
where
I
you
promise I got you. I
that's
got you,
that's
Abby. I
where
got you. I promise.
okay, that's where you
I
get
don't know
it
why he
wrong.
dropped. Yeah, I don't know why he dropped, but that's like my main point,
Mute
Lilo.
Abby.
The point
Can
is
you hear me
that
now?
is my is that.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, Abby, I got you. 1 second, all right, man. I got you. 1 second. So the point that is exactly my point. The point is when they separate and make their own communities when they come here, right, and they do their own thing. And so what I'm saying is, cool. I'm not knocking that. Do what you do, but don't make it fake like it's all unity when you hiring your own people and doing your own thing in your own community. And within our community, so you're building an empire within our community and extracting from the money from. You'll take the dollars, but you won't hire, right? And so you're extracting, but you're not giving back. So again, so now what I'm saying is cool. Y'all doing that. Shout outs to y'all. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna hire our own people. We're gonna have our own business. We're gonna do that. Now we get hit with the xenophobic hatred and all these other boogeyman names because we want to do the same thing people been doing for the last 5 years. But I'll land on that. We got Abby Caffey. Go ahead. What you wanted
Okay.
to?
Oh, first and foremost, I want to talk to the three ladies who spoke back to back. I am humbly sorry if you felt that way. I'm not coming after you guys because number one, I didn't marry my husband because of green card. I'm already American citizen through my mom. My mom is half American. I grew up in London and I grew up in Nigeria. That's why I have this accent. Mentoring. You could Google me. I finished the University of Baltimore. I did my master's. I did my MBA there. I tutor 16 children, and I specifically choose out of the 16, 14 are Black Americans. The two are one is Indian, one is from Asia. I tutor in University of Baltimore. I mentor these children because guess what? The way we could stop this um back to back poverty is through education. I try to let them, most of them are from the hood, and I tell them that when you have a good education, you'll be able to go shoulder to the white people, you'll be able to get the good jobs. Now, when it talks about Africa not bringing back, you're right. I'm not going to lie to you. We walk. All about Nigerian does is, I mean, African is just to walk. We have a strong work ethic and we kind of like slide over not doing back. And you're very right. And about respect, please, women, we need to respect ourselves. You see men calling you bitches. I literally have most of my best friends are Americans. You see them, they're married and they're still sleeping around with different men. Some don't even have, they don't even know, they don't even know. Some have like 6, 7 baby daddies. You're talking about respect. You have to respect your body first. When we see people sleeping around doing this, doing things, and your children are seeing all these things, how can you expect
Nigerians
other
don't
people
do
to
that.
respect you?
Nigerians don't do
Man,
that. I know
Wait a
man,
some
minute.
that do.
Foundational. I
man,
came up because I'm
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Baltimore.
yeah. No problem.
Foundational.
Yeah,
please,
go ahead. There's
please,
open
can I
panel,
talk,
so
please?
Yeah,
Please. I
foundational.
am
I
not
came up
telling
because
you.
I'm from
I
Baltimore and
am.
I want to have a
I am.
conversation with her.
Because Abby Cafe, you can't help her. She has stuck in her mind that Black Americans are the purveyors of low behavior, and that's just what we are.
so again, no hate, no
You know,
bullying. But since
I'm
the
not
reason why I
hating,
let her
I'm not
talk,
bullying, I'm speaking facts.
no,
I am
I'm not saying
okay.
you are. I'm
I
not
can
saying you
see it.
are.
I can feel it. I can feel her negative energy about Black Americans. I've felt it many times from Nigerians and other African immigrants.
Yeah. So
We have
my
to
thing is, I
distance
let her
ourselves
talk.
from these people because you can't change her mind. And all she's talking about an American mother and an American lies.
So I let
Lies.
her talk, right? And it's a reason why I let her talk, right? Because
Because if
she
it
talks
was true, she
about.
would know better.
I got you, Kay. 1 second. I got you, real quick. 1 second. She talked about Black American men. See, that's the thing. Like, I hate when people do this because I got to bring education to the platform. She talk about how they sleep around, how they have babies everywhere, and all this. And again, no hate, no bullying, but just bringing education to the platform. The number one single mothers in the world is in Africa on the continent. The number one single parents in the world is in Africa on the continent. This is why I keep telling you, stop saying things about us because anything you say about us is on steroids on the continent. No hate, no bullying. I'm not being funny, I promise. So when we talk about this, right, 30% in Ethiopia, 59% in Kenya, 61% in Malawi, 51.7% in Tanzania, 68.8% in Zimbabwe. So y'all guys gotta stop doing this degenerate like.
But you need to put a ratio about the population. The population of these blacks in the country, you have to put the percentage.
Ma'am, there's no Abby, and I wasn't trying to make this that kind of live, I promise. But you just kept. I don't know how. Like your man know you feel like. Do he know you feel like this towards Americans? Like you keep saying things. And it's very. And then the way you do it is very.
He's the one bringing all these things. Trust me.
No, hold on, Abby. Hold on, Abby. You gotta relax. This is not the type of live. You want to scream and yell and fight? There's other lives.
I'm sorry. Like I told you.
I'm just saying, if you want to scream and fight, I promise you, there's a lot of lives where you can punch down, scream, fight, yell.
Trust me, no. Once again, okay. I'm sorry. Once again, this is just how we talk. But the bottom line is that we both are guilty. We Africans are guilty. Black Americans.
Yeah, I didn't mute you. That's my moderators because I'm trying to talk.
Yeah, I
didn't mute you. I'm not muting you. I'm not muting you, but it's my moderators muting because I'm trying to talk and you still talking, right?
I'm sorry. It goes both ways. I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I just
Abby, you still I'm trying to talk and you still interrupting me, right?
Sorry.
No, I get it. You're passionate. I understand, right? My thing is this. All you're doing is pushing out stereotypes of what you see on TV, all your anecdotal things you see on TV, right? I mean, see around you. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Black Americans, all they do is sleep around, and Black Americans, all they do is this. And it's disrespectful. It's like a white person. You came off nice, and you sound loving. But the poison came out your mouth.
New York City,
you shooting out poison.
1976. Author and researcher Zechariah Sitchin publishes his book.
We Africans are selfish. Like I said, it goes both ways. We are selfish. We have a lot of things we need to.
I'm not mute. No, she can. Thank you, moderator. I appreciate you. I'm done talking. She can talk. Go ahead, Abby. And everybody.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I digress. I was talking, but go ahead.
We African, we need a lot to do. Black Americans, we have a lot to do. But guess what? This boycotting, for how long is it going to last? For how long? And it's going to hurt. Guess what? We make money, and guess what? A lot of Africans put money, pay taxes. Americans pay taxes. At the end of the day, we're going to hurt each other. I'm sorry if I'm coming this way. Just like I said, we African, we talk loud. It's not as if you're angry. It's not as if you're being disrespectful. It's just the way our parents taught us. They beat us, and we go through a lot of things. That's how we talk that way. But please,
Abby,
ladies, I'm sorry if you feel I'm arrogant. I'm not saying you guys are lazy. I am just telling you that my friend who employed Americans, they all call up. They're always calling out, blah, 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 blah. Then she now, like I said, I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you how I feel. I never called a Black American lazy. Guess what? I'm not a virgin. I have my own passes. You understand? But it's just, I'm telling you what I see. You could see a girl of 14 years old who have body count, or 14 years old girl who have body count of 20. You understand? I see a lot of things, and all these things has to stop. In Africa, most of them who do it because of poverty. They don't have money, but here there's a lot of things we could work with.
But Abby, I can say the same. See, this is what I'm saying. Like I can say the same thing in Africa. I see child marriages at people with kids at 9 years old, and doing it with men at 9 years old, 8 years old. Child marriages, right? These stuff goes on again on steroids on the continent, right? And so when you come over here, and I don't care about your tonality. I'm not saying don't. Because I deal with, for a living, I deal with some of the worst of society, right? For a living. So I'm dealing with the vicious of the vicious, the gangster of the gangster, the nasty of the nasty. So I don't care about your tonality. It's a simple fact that I can't talk and you interrupting me.
I'm sorry.
I don't care. You can scream, yell, and do whatever. Yeah, no, it's cool. Well, it's the fact that I'm being interrupted, like I'm doing now.
The same thing. My husband completes the same thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. But again, see, us as Americans, is a certain decorum we have. When we have a conversation, we talk, we sit back, we twiddle our fingers, wait till that person finish talking, and then we respond back. We don't interrupt constantly, right? That's how we do in our culture. It's that respect of letting people air out what they gotta air out. When they done, we rebuttal what they gotta rebuttal. But all I'm saying is this: what anything you can throw at us is on steroids. So all I'm saying is stop throwing out these stereotypes, because all that's doing is causing these back up. That's what these diaspora wars is. It's people throwing out stereotypes, and then now if I was a different person, right, I would have cursed you out for the things you said. I'm sure a lot of people in the panel, they only being respectful because they know the type of live I want to have.
Exactly.
That's the only reason why. Otherwise, you would have got cursed
Yep.
out a long time ago.
Yep.
But I'll
You
let
know I
I'll
would
let
have
folks
ate down.
But the curse comes both ways. Don't get it wrong.
No.
See, she like to say it goes both ways, but we didn't immigrate to Africa to make a living, okay? So it don't go both
Yeah,
ways.
they don't.
Right.
It's
You know I would
it's
have
Good morning,
been ate her.
Yeah, can
So
I
I'm
chime
gonna,
in?
yeah, Rebby. I think brown skin came first. We gotta let brown skin go, and then Rebby, I got you, and then we're gonna have an open panel again. I want to say one thing because I think this is a teachable moment, right? I love that she said that. She said it goes both ways. Understand this is exactly how it happens. They start stuff, right? You respond. Now, instead of taking accountability, say, "Yeah, I started it." They say both ways to take away the accountability of them starting things. I love that she said that at this moment because she started it with the generalizing. We counter it, but then she'll call it both ways. It's not both ways. This is how we've been getting gaslighted for how long with the both ways rhetoric. People are saying things, and the moment we respond, now all of a sudden it's both ways. No, if you don't do the action, you won't have the response. It's not a both ways thing. Just stop doing the action. But I'm gonna let brown skin, what's your ethnicity? And welcome to the panel. Yo, you muted. You muted. I'm sorry, beloved. You muted. Welcome to the panel, Grand Rising.
My ethnicity is black, copper tone, melanated being. My comment is us as a whole, black people, I'm speaking of my brothers and sisters, goddesses and gods, we have to stop patronizing all of the businesses that do not give back to our black communities. That's how we're going to come up. We don't need to worry about what they're doing and how they're doing it. We need to worry about us. We need to take care of us. And we need to support us. We need to buy from us and sell to us.
You're absolutely right.
I have a black business. My husband has a black business. He has a duck truck company. I have a cleaning service. And we buy and sell to each other. We buy and sell to black people, and we get goods and services from black people. We have to stop taking our funds and our resources out to other communities that do not feed us, that do not serve us, that do not like us. They've shown us over and over again. When are we going to get it? We are the money. We are the money. We are the ones that make the money. We build America. How are we lazy? We raised their kids. We taught them how to bathe themselves. We taught them how to cook and how to clean. We built these buildings and facilities and construction sites. We did that. We built America. The white people didn't do it. The white tea people, the Africans, the Mexicans, the Asians, they didn't do it. Yeah, we have Mexicans here now working and doing construction and working on construction sites, but we laid the foundation for all of it. And what we have to do is stop trying to sell ourselves to them. We don't need their approval for anything. Without our money, nothing works. Nothing operates.
Bottom line.
We are the ones that spend the most money.
Thank you. Thank you for all of that.
We have to stop trying to sell ourselves and prove our points to them. We have no point to prove with them. They've shown us over and over again who they are. We keep trying to play kumbaya and trying to sleep with the enemy. We have to come out from amongst them. Take care of ourselves, build up our own communities and our own resources. Grow our own food so we don't need them for anything.
Right now, ain't nobody taking care of our communities.
Ain't nobody taking care of our communities. All of them are getting from us, but they're not pouring back into our communities. There's not one organization that gives to the Black community.
And when we realize that they need us and we don't need
We
them,
don't need them.
we don't need them.
They all need
We
us.
feed
All
them.
need us.
We pay for their nice
Are the
cars.
resource.
We pay for their children's good schools by supporting their
Exactly.
businesses.
Because I
We
want to
got
see
to
one
dial it all
African.
back.
I want to see
We
one
workers.
African that got 3 federal license come up on this panel and talk about, because I've seen it for 25 years, have y'all came over here and have berated this country of our resources, our
Exactly.
culture, and then you have the nerves to tell us we are lazy, our children are whores. Come on now. Baby, you gonna have to come better than that for me, okay? Your people are gonna have to, what you gonna have to do is go back over there and build your own continent.
They can
Get your
stay here.
money
Just
from
leave
your
me out
own
of it. Just
people.
leave us out
Talk
of it.
about your own kids. That's
Exactly.
what you need to
We're
do.
speaking on
And
us.
come up off of these Black communities that you're in, braiding hair, pulling our edges out, being nasty, charging us for our
Trying to blend
money,
in, trying to
raising
look
your
just like
prices
us,
on us.
trying to talk just like us. And every time I say to one when I meet them, "Where you from?" the first thing they say is, "Oh, how you know I wasn't?" I know. It's your
Exactly.
attitude. It's your attitude.
I don't, where you guys meeting all these different Africans?
It's
Because I'm like,
it's a disingenuous. Well, I live in Philadelphia. There's plenty of Africans in Philadelphia. It's the disingenuousness. They
North
are very
Carolina.
disingenuous when it comes to Black Americans, and it's cool. It's cool to me because you see, I got my own. I have my own business. I
so
have my
how,
own real
so
estate.
I
I
have
have
a
lots of
question,
real
right?
estate, but I do not support people that are negative towards Black Americans because it's disrespectful. It's disingenuous because we did build this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to get no accolades for building this. I don't want no special respect for building this. I just want basic human respect. And if you
We
can't give
are
me
the
that, then you
we are
can't get my money.
we are the ones that are civilized. We taught them civilization. They had none. So going back to my main point, we as a people have to stop patronizing them. Start patronizing and
Bottom
buying us,
line.
and it'll shut it all down. We won't even be having these discussions. Okay, we won't be having these discussions. We got to do better for us as a people. Stand together, band together.
Hold on, let me real quick. Let me just. Wow, that was you run the energy, brown skin. You're right.
God is smooth here. We on the
You're
top
right.
of the pole. We ain't never been at the bottom of the totem pole. We've always been on the
Nope.
top. They may have brainwashed us, but we woke now. We are woke now, and we're ready. We got to get information. Let's get the rising. Gods and goddesses, let's get the rising.
Yeah,
And
and
that's
I want to also
and that
please, brown skin,
energy.
that when you get a
Can I
chance,
say
my bad.
something?
Yeah, I got you. Let me just ask brown skin something real quick. When you get a chance, brown skin, you said you and your husband own a trucking company. I want to shout that out on mine. So if anybody want
You can buy them trucking company. He has him and my sons have dump trucks, and they do the
Okay.
highways and construction work all in this. I live in Columbus, Ohio, in the city of
yeah,
Columbus.
when,
My husband and my sons are all around out here, and I have a
okay.
cleaning company. Me and my son and my daughter-in-law.
All right. When you get a chance, just DM me the business name. I want to shout it out. My page. If you look at my page, I'm shouting out all Black American-owned businesses, letting it be known, shouting everybody out. I'm paying for their promoting it too, and paying for that promotion too, because I want my people to be seen, heard, and so I'm putting it out there. So please, and that go for anybody with a business. Y'all hit me a DM with your businesses. I'm shouting you out, and I'm gonna promote it on TikTok. Paying for the promotion.
Yes, indeed, I sure will.
Go ahead, Fatima. And then Ribby, I apologize. Thank you for your patience too. I'm gonna gift you, by the way, Ribby, for being so patient.
You said, like, is this energy for all Africans?
It's for everybody. It's not just for it's not for Africans. That's the thing, yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing I want
Y'all
to
think it's
say.
for
There's
y'all. Y'all think it's just for y'all. Y'all think it's just for Africans, right? It's for
If
the
the
Chinese
shoe
person with the
fits,
Chinese people
it's
right across
if
the
the
street.
shoe fits.
It's for It's for the Chinese person with the Chinese food spot across the street. It's for the Arab with the halal and the chicken spot. It's for the Indians with the gas station, the hotel. It's for Jamaican with the Jamaican spot. It's for the Haitian with the Haitian spot. It's for the Italian with the pizza. Right? It's for everyone. Right? I see one thing about our energy. It's not racist. It don't see color. Anybody can get it, right? And so, and again, it's no hate, no bullying. Yeah, I just gotta wait. What happened? Somebody reporting my live? Hold on, y'all. I think they're reporting. Let me Let me see. Do I have to restart?
I would restart.
All right, I'm gonna restart this right now, family. I want everybody to come back. They report my live. I haven't said nothing hateful. I haven't said nothing disrespectful.
We speaking the
Not
truth.
me. This is Abigail. Not me. I'm still here. Not me. I'm not spiteful.
All
Not
right,
me.
you know what? You know what?
It
It
was
was
Abby.
It's not me. Abby is
It was
here.
Abby.
What?
It was
Who says
Abby.
Abby?
It
no
was
Abby is
problem.
here.
Abby.
It's not
It was
me.
Abby.
I'm pretty sure we're only 2 heartbeats away from 20 heartbeats on the day, chat. Let's go. Let's go.
No weapon formed against us shall prosper. They can try, but they can't. No weapon formed against us shall. Whoops, I didn't mean to write you. I apologize. What's up, brother? You could have your thoughts in the meanwhile, brother, while I set this up. We're gonna get this back up and running again. I'm surprised they reported that, man. We was having a good old time. Nobody was yelling, screaming. Nobody was fighting.
But at the same time, it's like me knowing Africans and like I've just been on here, but like the experiences that not necessarily experience, but the interactions when it does come to Black America. That's the thing. It's like when I hear Africans like the Abby or whatever her name is, that lady, what she was saying, that's no different from the typical Nigerian. Like that's their mentality. Whatever. I don't feel no type of way about it. Like I don't get emotional or whatever, because the thing is I don't think we realize when immigrants, when they come to and being that they're handpicked and like some of them are like the higher upper class of their society of where they come from, we don't realize that they project and onto us, but they neglect it back home because they know what they left from where they're at now in America is better than what they left behind. So what they do now is project on and try to come at us, and us being a majority, they try to compare their little minority group to the overwhelming of Black Americans. It's like 40 million of us, 50 million or whatever. So it's like when I hear these Africans say things, it's like, bro, you're not even in competition to me, because I'm not in competition with no African or Caribbean, but it's like you're not even that big of a factor to where I would even interact with you, to where you would even be able to say any of those things and you get a reaction out of me. And I do be thinking like, bro, we be giving them what they want. It's like, that's why I be asking, like, where do people live? Because this stuff that these Africans be talking about, I never seen in my life. I never seen these successful Africans. This narrative that you're all fucking doctors and engineers and lawyers, like I've never seen that. I've never met an African doctor in my life. These Nigerians or whatever. So the average African I do meet that's doing any type of form of work, they're doing DoorDash or an Uber driver. The first time in my life I ever rode an Uber was last year, going to get a haircut with somebody that I knew. And the guy was from Angola, a Portuguese speaking country. So it's like, yeah, they do come with these degrees, but even those degrees, it's like, being that I have, and I also have Africans in my family. That's the thing. I got a Sierra Leonean. My nephew's mother's mother is Sierra Leone, so their grandmother. And then I have a half Ghanaian brother. So it's like when they came here, versus one of them, the Sierra Leonean, she came here as a child. She came here fleeing from a civil war conflict with the whole uprising in Sierra Leone. And then my brother's dad, that's Ghanaian, he came here. He had already had like a college degree from where he came from in Ghana. But when he came back here, it's like, if you don't know, they make these Africans and these people from these less developed, not first world nations that don't have all the infrastructure and stuff, they make them restudy. So it's not always a straightforward, it's just, I'm just gonna come to America and I'm just gonna be set. It's not that. When my brother's dad and them came here, he came here like in his late 40s or whatever. And he had to work a long time. Like, he came, when the first job he came here, when he came here, he was a bus driver. He worked as a bus driver until he was able to get his degree back in school to become a doctor and all that. So it's like, this notion that we're just all the doctors and the majority of black people you're going to see in the medical field are overwhelmingly going to be Black Americans in most sectors. It's not enough Africans, Caribbeans in this country to even compete with us. So to feel as if they're even a factor. The government is not. I heard the lady say, "Oh, they want a destiny swamp and all that," but the government, I get what they're saying, but at the end of the day, the government doesn't even want enough quote unquote people with our shared skin complexion in this country, bro. That's not realistic. This country has always been quote unquote white. I don't want to say whitey adjacent country, to where they just let immigrants flood in from Europe and anybody that's whitey adjacent in this country in mass numbers, bro. It was a time when we were the majority and we outnumbered whitey people, and I don't think people understand that. So when you talk about destiny swamp, they have already did that with the quote unquote whitey immigrants they brought from Europe and stuff, the Irish and all them that they used as overseers. That was their prison populations to build, and was indentured servants and all that. And I just don't think we understand it. They don't want Africans and Caribbeans here in mass. They will never import enough Africans and Caribbeans here in mass to overpopulate us. I will say what they will do though is use, being that I don't think, and I do feel as if it's a bit of an identity crisis or self-esteem problem, is when you do talk about the FBA, ADOS, us identifying as Black American, I feel within this past 60 years, we didn't do that enough in certain regions. That's why I say when I talk about being from the Midwest, when you talk about Chicago, me being from Cincinnati, it's like, bro, we rebellious. We always stood on who we was, versus a place like New York or whatever, where you 8 million and hey, you may see a Puerto Rican, a Dominican, a Jamaican or whatever. You just looking at them like, hey, we just live in the same city or whatever. We probably ain't even thinking about their background or whatever like that, right? But to me, it's always, I always knew I was a Black American, bro. I never tried to be anybody else. Versus, I do feel like that whole Pan-Africanism, Afrocentrism plays a major factor into the low self-esteem and identity crisis that people do have. When like this is like the interactions with me, I would never interact with the Caribbean or African or discuss anything, because I wouldn't, in my mind, it's like, why do you even have the comfortability to question me or voice an opinion on my community and what goes on in my home and country? You're not even from here. But I do feel Black Americans wanting that, in some of these places wanting a relationship or whatever, you've allowed them immigrants to become too comfortable to where they can speak and disrespect you and talk to you any kind of way. Versus where I come from, the Midwest, Cincinnati, an immigrant, your ass will get slapped or beat up, bro. Like, seriously. Cincinnati been handing out ass whoopings all year round. That's Cincinnati. We've been on that for centuries. So immigrant don't come here and play. It ain't immigrant ain't got no win in the Midwest. Chicago, Cincinnati, St. Louis, nowhere, not in the Midwest. So that's where I just feel like, no, we got to get back to a self-reflecting of identity and self-esteem. I was never brought up to be an African, to identify with Africa. I do acknowledge I have African descent. I'm not a self-hater. Like, I don't have African descent, but at the same time, I know, like, I'm not them people. I knew this at a very young age, being that I come from a segregated city, and Just Africans, we didn't live in the same communities. They lived somewhere else and we lived over here, and it was cool at that. It was no attacks, it was no threats. We don't care whether we do business with each other or not. It's no malice. It's like I don't want to work for an immigrant at their jobs, at their establishments. And also I don't feel the need to be emotional of how I spend my money. I don't When I spend my money with certain groups, I already know in my head that these people are not me, whether it be an Arab at the corner store, an Indian, an Asian, whatever, that these people are not me and they don't care to put anything back in my own community or whatever. Yeah, their businesses might be there, but it's business at the end of the day. It's
Hold
not
on,
emotions.
1012.
It's not.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah, go ahead.
Marshall, cut off Bella's camera. She's trying to get the
Oh,
TikTok bots in
what's
here
going on over
or
here?
drop
What you
her.
doing, Bella? What type of time you on? So you was the one that was reporting my live last time? Open your
I
mic,
don't
Bella.
report people's lives.
What was that about? What's that on your camera?
That's my picture
About why you putting that up?
because I wanted to.
What is that about?
It's my picture.
You clowning. You have a good one. And I'm gonna block you too because you over here trying to mess up my live. You probably was the one that did that earlier. Do me a favor, y'all. Light the live up. Put some comments in the chat. And because we got people out here being real demonic, so we're gonna get these. We're not gonna let these demons win. We're not gonna let these demons win. Let's light the lava. Let's get up to 10K. We can do that. We can definitely do that.
He reported you.
But I want y'all to see that this is a teachable moment, right? We can have a good conversation, no yelling, screaming, fighting, scratching, and there's agent agitators that's gonna come up to try to disrupt, come up to try to stop the solution. Because this live is about solution. Yeah, we talking about this African stuff, but that wasn't the point of the live. The point of the live was what's your business, what's your solutions, and how we can add value to further elevate the community. I don't want to give them. Can I keep it a beam with y'all? We've been giving a lot of people too much clout. We've been giving a lot of people too much clout. You know, we be now businesses. You know, we giving people too much clout. We have something called ethnic currency, and when we keep giving people, we are expanding people. So I want to talk about us. I want to talk about us and how we can elevate our solutions moving forward. We already know we boycotting. That's out the window. They gonna starve. Cool. But now moving forward outside the boycott, what are your businesses? Because I'm trying to promote it. What do we got going moving forward? My 1021, I got you, brother. I'm gonna let C3 been waiting patiently. We're gonna go back to what you were talking about. What happened to the live? Somebody was reporting it. I got a message on it saying it doesn't go with the guidelines of TikTok Live. Although I'm not saying nothing, the prompters don't say nothing. I don't even say ethnicity. I just put we're boycotting. And it just went left. So we had people like Bella trying to mess up the live, put silly stuff up there about YT woman, and it's just silly. It's just do silly people doing silly things. C3 Halito Chama.
Halito Chukma. I was just listening to what 1021 was saying. I hate I had to cut him off for that, but it needed to be done. But I definitely agree. We all got to do it. Just not just everybody, but myself. I try to share. I don't make shout out videos like you do, but I do share your videos and other videos that I see that's supporting Black businesses.
Yeah,
American made, and get the wealth circulating back through our communities again. Every other community is coming in our communities, squatting and setting up shop, and we support. And then, but we'll have our own businesses out there too. And yeah, we're supporting, but we need to support on a different level now. Like our fashion designers, we need to start making them the high brand names. You know, it's just more than just local. You know, they're gonna start local, but we gotta promote them as high fashion, not just a regular clothing line. You know. And then as this brand grows, the it's going to cost more because of the quality of the product that we're going to be getting too. It's going to get better. Everything's going to get better with the business because we're supporting it. We got to be able to take critique, y'all. Okay? So when it comes to our own business, our own people who got businesses or starting up a business, and you in the same field as them, go ahead, shop with them too. Give them some critiques, and don't take it personally, because that's gonna help you grow. Because the more the more the merrier. Can't just have one high-end fashion. We need multiple. We're gonna need a watch brand, a purse brand, a hat brand, sunglasses brand, shoes, pants, shirts, everything, swimwear, like even for our kids, And then when our people that are musicians, be independent, get them deals. We got the money. That's how we gonna get it. Everybody can be up there. Our whole community can, especially if we just keep it within ourselves and don't be greedy, because that will be your downfall. I'm gonna land right there.
Nah, you're 100% right, and that's the thing, right? Shopping within ourselves, right? Me personally, you hit the nail right in the head with the clothing brand. I don't think we wear Gucci, Louis, none of that stuff no more. I think that was back in 2020, 2018, right? Maybe a little bit earlier than that. We was wearing Gucci, Louis, Burberry, Monclers, and all that. But we don't do that no more like that. To be honest with you, we're not really rocking that like that. We kind of rock regular stuff. Like, no, we're not big on the designer like we used to be. But I think we should still, like you said, shop within ourselves. There's a lot of small, or not even small, there's a lot of decent sized Black American owned clothing brands that we need to go to. I go to my son's. He got Varsity Apparel. Is a success clothing line. And it's nothing but success messages. He got a sweater, and it says wealthy in the front, and it gives the definition right under it. Fire, it's fire. So I wear my son's clothing line. But yeah, I'm looking for more clothing line. You Black American clothing line, I'll shout you out. But we got to start pushing that. I'm with you 100% on that, C3. Kay, welcome to the panel. Let's get the likes up, family. We had some people that hated on the live. This is an informal information live with no hating, no bullying, and they still found the way to hate the live and messed it up. So we had to restart. That's why the numbers are low. We was at, I think, 100, and I think the highs was 150. Usually my lives hit about 200, 250. I think the 250 was my highest. But yeah, we're gonna get it to the live page so people can see it. We can have real conversations, get more Black Americans in here with more business. We can shout out some businesses, more solutions. Kay, welcome to the panel again.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, I just want us to keep this energy because it's so important. Because they really, really are coming to replace us. They are. They're trying. It's not enough of them. Because like you say, it's 46 million Black Americans. And we don't all do the census because that number can't be correct. It doesn't have to be 100% correct because I never fill out a census thing where they get these numbers from. And we just got to be careful and just be more diligent and value being respected. It's important for people to respect it, to respect our dollars. That's all. You're gonna have to respect my money because if you don't, I promise you, I'm not spending it with you. It's all about the dollars with these people, all of them, because most of them come from a background that's so destitute. And this is from my travels. I see how they live. And they're so destitute and they're so desperate that you have to really be careful. And the whole thing with the boycott and them versus us, it's all gaslighting because there's not really enough of them to do that. But they try to gaslight Black Americans because they don't think we're as smart as we are. They don't think we're paying attention. And that's why they try to gaslight into telling us, oh, we have the most this and we have the most that. It's all BS. It's not possible because it's only about 3 or 4 million of them here. From all 54 countries in the continent, it's only about 3 or 4 million of them here.
I think 3 million, yeah.
Yeah, and we can't believe the hype. Do not believe it. Because they are really trying to gaslight into believing.
I think where the statistics get skewed, that's the thing. When they talk about the African population, whatever, African Caribbean, they say foreign born. So they document the ones that immigrated here, but they don't really. When you talk about the ones born in America, they are lumped in our demographic as just Black African Americans. So you really don't. When you get to that the quote unquote anchor baby population or whatever. There's not, we don't really, it's not really a statistic for that to break it down. They may say like they're second or third generation.
Thank you for the gift, man.
But that's about it.
I'm gonna say this real quick. Somebody said in the comments that it's not happening and it's only happening on TikTok. Let's be clear. That's my picture right there from my video, right? And I saw 3 African shops literally empty. Literally, I don't have to lie. So
Me too. I've been checking them.
You only lie when you're scared of someone, and I'm not scared of nobody in here, right? 3 African shops, right? And I was going to get my food, and what I said was, all right, on my way back, I'm going to record that. And that's why you see me on the very way back. It was quick because I'm not there. I'm not hunting African African shop looking. But I said I'm gonna take a quick video, and you see me walk by. You see it completely empty. It was a few workers in the back. I didn't get the chance to get the back end. It was the workers in the back. They just sitting around. You see the little kid playing. You could kind of see the kid in the video playing, but that was it. So we got a lot of people speculating. They was like, "Oh, it was in the morning. It was in the night. Oh, it was it's AI." They making all these excuses on what it is because they can't cope with the fact that we stand on business. But the thing is, I love that they're saying that, right? They're saying I'm lying. They're saying all this stuff because you know what that is? They know our pain points. They've been studying us for the last 55 years. So they know our pain points. They know how much our love is, and they know how to manipulate our love, right? And so they know that a lot of our folks love so much when they come down to melanated people. We're not tribal like them on the continent, unaliving people, Congo, Sudan, Ethiopia, Civil War, Ghana kicking out the Nigerians, and all throughout the continent, a bunch of unalivings, the Erzmen burning up kids to crisp, right? So they know we're not like that. And so since we are godly people and we had that much love, they take advantage. And so they think that they can just manipulate our people. So they think that they got us locked like this. And that's why they say, oh, y'all ain't do this. You lying. Not understanding when we standing on business, we stand on business. When we see that you acting like the weapon and tool for white tea supremacy, we got to get you out the way. You're going to get out the way too. You're going to get out the way too. We got to get the tool out the way to get the system. All right. So if you think that you are you are safe from the energy, you'll see. You can call me a liar all you want. I got a video proving it. See, that's the difference. You can just call me a liar, but I got a video proving it. You don't have a video, and I can have another video, but I'm not gonna go there and hunt African shops to prove a point. I already proved my point. And I got another video showing Nadine's shop low, and she's talking about, we low on numbers. Just to show, because a lot of people say, well, you lying, you this, you that. And I showed Nadine's video when she said out her mouth, we're low. We got a whole row. She said you see 3 or 4 rows empty in the video. I don't gotta lie. I do not gotta lie. But Raz, man, every time you come here, you want to show yourself and looking all nice with your sweater and everything. I feel like you want to get some American woman or something, man, because you always do that. I feel like you really want to get an American woman or something, man. What's going on with you?
No, that's not the case. It's just that every time I come here, I listen to people, and I'm hearing that we Africans are dirty, and we Africans are this and that, and we Africans are, so I just felt like, hey.
Oh, okay. You want to show them that you clean and fresh, and all right. That's more for the women, though. Let's be honest. Just be real.
No.
I'm messing with you. Welcome to the panel, man. Well, not for me, but for everybody else. What's your ethnicity? And then you can comment. You can give your thoughts.
Everyone, I'm Rad. I'm an African from South Africa. Glad to be here.
All right. What's your thoughts on this, man? I would love to hear your thoughts. The last time you had your thoughts, you was a little wrong on that one. But let's see what you studied up, because I know you ain't come back with it without studying, doing your due diligence. So let's see what you studied up today. What's your thoughts?
Well, my question to you is there a way we can fix things? Because it seems like the Africans and the Black Americans have reached a tipping point of no return. Is there anything that the Africans can do to redeem themselves, to redeem ourselves with the Black Americans? I still cannot believe that this is happening. It's so hard for me to believe that this is happening. What's your thoughts?
I mean, when it come down to it, there's four. Like I told you before, there's four elements to this, right? There's the social, which is one of the elements. There's the political, that's the second element. The third is economic, and the fourth is the higher hands, right? With the higher hands pretty much manipulating the immigrant class. And so, what you're talking about is the social aspect of it. In regards to that, that's going to take some time. I'm not going to lie, because it's not just the fact that you guys are doing things to undermine us on a political, economic scale. It was after the fact that three Americans, not the all of America, but three Black Americans said they're going to boycott, right? And you guys went ballistic and started saying the most nasty, vile, root chakra, demonic things in the world. I mean, y'all was saying all kinds of slave this, and you came on boats that, and it to the point where people that didn't even think about boycotting, like the lady down there at the bottom that think that we not on cold, but she's gonna learn real soon. But the people that didn't think about boycotting said, you know what, I am gonna boycott because the shit I'm seeing is very nasty. I'm gonna show you exactly some examples of what was being said. Very nasty stuff, very vile, nasty, demonic things. And this is one of them. The brother said, Africa lives in our blood. Your history starts at chains and ended by a YT officer. I'm going to show you another one. Brother said, Black Americans in our comment section saying, y'all sold us. Yes, and with the ignorant nature of yours, what the heck? Oh. All right, we Africans will sell you again. So the people that wasn't so the people that wasn't even thinking about boycotting, right? Because remember, only 3 Americans said that at the time, right? Only 3 online. Now the people that wasn't even thinking about boycotting said, you know what? And that's just 2.
Well,
that was just 2.
You know, these people obviously haven't done their research, because I did, and like I said before, at the height of, I've said this 1,000 times, I'll have to repeat it again. At the height of slavery, you know, the cotton industry accounted for nearly 70% of the GDP of the southern side of America, and through that, all other industries were born. Without your people, they wouldn't have been in America to begin with. All these Africans that are flocking into your country wouldn't have had a job, you know, without the civil rights movements, without the, you know, the contribution, the sacrifices that your people made. They wouldn't be living comfortably in the United States of America. The United States of America is, yeah. So, but my thing is, I mean, come on, man. They're ignorant. They can be painting a picture for all of us.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is that, you know, United States wouldn't even be a first world without us. Let's be clear. All majority of the inventions, from the toilet to the street light to the 50,000 plus inventions that was created that make this a first world country, it wouldn't have been here, right? And if somebody say I'm generalizing, the reason why all get the brunt of a few is because the quiet majority sit back and be quiet while the loud minority run rampant. The loud minority is running rampant, and the quiet majority is sitting back and watching them, not condemning them. There's nobody that made a video and said, as an African, this is wrong. Nobody made a video and said, you know what, that's not right. As an African, none of that. And so when you don't condemn something, that means you on cold and aligning yourself with said thing. So yes, I'm going to say all of you guys, because when it come down to us, we jump in front of things. When that, like I said earlier before, when that gentleman Gilbert Arenas called the Sudanese team Aki tribe and said they did huts and trees and all this degenerate stuff, we said no, that's not cool. We jumped in front of it. We made videos of saying that's not cool. And he's not even Black American. He's Cuban. But we jumped in front of that because he's cosplaying as us, acting like us, talking like us, and all the mannerisms. And we don't want people to even think that he's a black American. So we jumped in front of that, and we jumped in front of all. Go ahead.
Yeah, but let me tell you something that your country, especially your people, have done for our country. Right now in South Africa, there are more than 600 companies in our country. So that's more than 600 companies paying taxes, 600 companies employing people. And a lot of these companies are forced by law to make contributions in terms of corporate social responsibility in poorer communities, right? And if these countries were to shut down, it would affect our country significantly. I'm sure, like unemployment would rise by nearly 30 to 40%. So America has done so much and is still continuing to do so much for our country, South Africa. In South Africa, we have the best university in the whole continent, the University of UCT, and most of its funding is, most of its budget comes from the United States of America. So
Grand Rising.
Yeah, so I mean.
Go ahead, Grant. Sorry, my bad. I was just saying Grand Rising. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the whole thing that we hate America and we hate black Americans, it's absolutely preposterous. Maybe other countries that have a certain hatred towards America, I don't know, but certainly not us. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
Chris
going to go
Brown
back
was
to
in our country. Yeah. So, again, please, we don't hate you. We have nothing but respect for the black Americans in your country. And we have nothing. I mean, me, myself, when I bought my first car, first music I jammed, Kanye West. My first ever car. I was so proud. I was 27 years old, brand new out the box. Nothing but Kanye West. So this whole narrative that we Africans are scheming to put you down and we look down on you secretly, and that's really not true. 1000% not true.
I'll respond to that, right? But we got Black Star, Big Black, I can't see his full name. Black Stallion 201. And Rad, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Definitely want to give you a shout out for coming. Thank you very much for being peaceful too. A lot of people come up with ignorance, and so I want to definitely commend you. Black Stallion 201, welcome to the panel. What's your ethnicity and what's your thoughts?
Black American, African American. My thoughts on the subject is, first of all, as intelligent people, educated people on these platforms, we should know by now that name calling is ignorance and childish. It's immature. And if you look at the condition that we're in America and Africa, I don't think none of us have time to be, I call it little boy talk, but it's a fact that when you read the books, historically, that is, a lot of us just don't read. We don't study. We don't know our history on both sides. I've been to Africa 18 times. I've been to 7 countries. And of course, you run into some clowns over there. That's natural. I've been running into clowns here in my city, traveling across the states all my life. So you're going to get ignorance on both sides, African American community, black community, and them boys over there in Africa. But then again, I run across some real cats over there that's conscious, pro-black, that's real deal in Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, Somalia, Ethiopia, all the places I've been. So my suggestion is to read. And there's one book that I want to mention. It's called Pan-African History, Political Figures from Africa and the Diaspora Since 1787, written by Hakeem Adib and Marika Sherwood. After I read that kind of opened my mind up to our relations. This subject of FBA, by the way, is new to me, by the way. I just, it fell in my lap about a month ago. And it's to me, brother, with all due respect, I think we're wasting a lot of energy because, I had a brother say to me, man, Africans coming over here taking our jobs. And well, The last time I checked, the money that we spend outside the black community, they say we're worth 1.7 trillion. I mean, don't quote me.
1.9. It's 1.9 now. 1.9 to 2.6 trillion. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. Okay. I mean, I don't know the exact math, but our African brothers and sisters coming from Africa into America, brother, they can't put one dent in our economic status. Not one dent. If you do the math. In fact, Nigeria is the #1 powerhouse economically on the African continent. And the last time I checked, they're worth 329 billion. Their whole economy, we triple their economy. I'm talking about the bag. So
you say that again, brother? You said their whole economy what?
Their GDP is like 329 billion annually.
Mm-hmm.
Our GDP, as you just stated, I didn't know 1.9 to 2.7. I didn't know that. So this notion of Africans coming into America taking our jobs, if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't be here benefiting and getting the jobs. So that's that's backwards thinking. They can't do nothing when it comes to that bag, that dollar, compared to, well, no, let me rephrase that. In that sense, they can. But what would be intelligent is when they come into the United States, they need to come directly to us because we're the host, and let us show them how to maneuver, and let us show them this game in this state, man. Look, let's put this money together, and let's get this bag, man. I mean, that's what we should be doing, talking business. The Chinese talk business. The Jews talk business. The Arabs talk business. The Russians talk business. The Italians talk business. So who cares about what tribe you from and all this foolishness? And we got a form of tribes right here in America. You go to Chicago. I've been out there. They got gangs in Chicago, which is a form of a tribe. They all speak English. You got the Bloods, the Crips, the Viceroys. You go down to Texas, they got them boys down there. If you go to Memphis, I've been down there. You understand? So this nonsense is impeding our social and economic success. We have to become more intelligent, more educated, and just look at this. It's about look, man. It's about economics, man, and that's the bottom line. So all this nonsense about I'm not from Africa, and I'm gonna end with this, and brother, I'm gonna let somebody else speak.
They all came up for you, so they definitely want to speak very soon. They probably foaming at the mouth right now. Go ahead,
okay, give me 60 seconds. Right. Look, I've been to 7 African countries, and I met brothers from 7 different tribes. Let me just use 4 tribes. One from Nigeria, Igbo. One from Ethiopia, Amhara. I can't pronounce it, but the other one is Ewe from Ghana, and I met when I was in Uganda. I think it's Bugandi. Now, if you take those 4 brothers, they're all from 4 different tribes now, 4 different countries in Africa, speak 4 different languages, and you put them in a car in the United States, 4 deep, as we say, shotgun, right? You put them 4 deep in a car. And let them drive into a sundown town here in America and get caught at 3 o'clock. Hold on. Hold on.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Let them boys down there catch them. And let's see if they care what tribe or what country they from. Okay, go ahead.
Let me say something.
Let me before y'all go. I know family. You guys are foaming at the mouth. I got you. 1 second. 1 second. Let me just clear something. I'll be quick because I know I got a few brothers that can't wait to talk. I'll be quick. First of all, the gang, when you talked about the gang situation, that's 1% of our community, sir. That doesn't make up the majority of our community. We can't compare that to the tribal wars that are massive unaliving of millions of people in Sudan and the millions of people in Congo for last 30 years. And then the hundreds of thousands of people at the civil war, the Tigray and then Ethiopia. And the stuff that's going on up and down the continent. No way we could compare 1% of our community that's doing degeneracy to what's going on in the continent. That's nowhere near that at all. And when they attack people, they're attacking people that's in the game. They're not attacking normal, regular, working class people. And I'm telling that from experience because I'm from the Bronx, New York, High Bridge. So I've been around them. You know, I seen them. They didn't bother me at all. They went after people that's in that game, or in that drug or that narcotics game. That's one. So when it comes down to the money, right? We do 1.9 to 2.6 trillion dollars, which is equivalent. Well, if we look at the continent of Africa, they do 2.86 trillion. The whole continent, 2.86 trillion dollars, and that's with 1.5 billion people. So we do 3/4 or a little bit more of what the continent does.
Exactly.
And so the problem is, respectfully, brother, is Pan-Africanism because we've been pouring our money and our empty cups into other people for the last 65 years, and then they haven't been pouring into our own cups. And now what people are saying now, finally after 65 years of pouring our empty cups into other people, it's time for us to pour into our own cups. There's an issue. I know you said you've been in and out of Africa doing business, but my question to you is: are you in a prominent position after doing that business and doing the things you're doing? Are you in the mining sector? Are you in a position, a governmental position? Are you in any of these? And 9 or 10, I already know the answer is going to be no, because they don't mind taking your money. They don't mind working with you in regards to money. But in regards to you being in a key position, being in a key mining sector or owning something or being in a political, they would never let you do that. Never. Right? And the land that you do have, you probably lease it for like 99 years. When it came to Ghana, and I got you, brothers, I got you. I know you can't wait 1 second. When it come to Ghana, they was in debt in 2016 to China. All of a sudden they have a moral compass and want to feel bad for Black Americans. No, they was in debt. So that's why they said, Black Americans, come on now, we need you, we sorry all of a sudden. Because they made $5 billion plus, and that's what's accounted for. That's not including what we gave to the Native Africans off the books. So they made $5 billion plus in the last 5 years off the backs of our people and turned Ghana into Miami 2.0 off the backs of our people. And now we have other countries that saw how much money. Now they foaming at the mouth and say, you know what? We need a year of return Benin. Shout out to Sierra right now. Because if you ever been party promoter, when I was young, I used to be a party promoter, right? And one thing we know to get the people out is to get celebrities. Shout out to Benin. So now we got Benin that's promoting Sierra right now. We got Spike Lee now coming out there. So we're gonna have and mark my words, you're gonna see more stars now because they're getting paid and they're getting citizenship easy. Because the goal is to get us out there. So now we have year return Benin, you got year return Sierra Leone, and at least Sierra Leone is up front. They tell you straight up, we want your money, $100,000 up front, $10,000 a month. And then now we're going to have a year. I think Liberia just said, welcome Black Americans. So it's about the money, and that's what it's always about. Pan-Africanism having helped, respectfully, Pan-Africanism for the last 65 years having